Welcome to a new market update in which we're going to discuss altcoins with you, as Bitcoin and Ethereum have been doing really well. What are they going to do in the coming weeks, knowing that the CME futures closed at 42.9 while the price is currently hovering above 44k. So we're going to discuss Bitcoin a little bit, but after that we're going to address altcoins, given the fact that many of them retraced fully from the previous cycle in this year, and therefore they are granting us gigantic opportunities, and you should be looking at them in the next higher low to take those entries. That's what we're going to discuss, but before that, do not forget to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and check out the platform that you can trade alongside me, and it's in the description in the YouTube video beneath. So let's discuss charts, and today first, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently moving in a very nice manner in which we touch the next resistance point. So 45k is the next resistance point. We've got there, and you can see that in the previous period we've been bouncing from that area significantly, and now we are rejecting at this stage while we are moving during the weekend. So a retracement after the weekly close or in the weekly close is not unexpected. And especially given the fact that the CME futures closed at 42.9, the chances of a corrective move to be happening are significantly increasing. And we've discussed this chart yesterday, in which we stated that the level to hold on the downside is the area around 42.2. So right now we are testing the next resistance zone at 45k. We've touched it, and we most likely are going to make a retest at 42.2. But if 42.2 is not going to hold, you could arguably see a retracement to 40.6 or even 37.2 again, as there are so many gaps in between the chart. Especially given the fact that we are potentially making a bearish divergence here, implying that we could see a corrective move. And not only Bitcoin shows a potential correction is happening if we reject at 45k again, Ethereum is also showing the same chart at this point, in which we can see that we are facing the next resistance zone. So we've broken above the previous block, which was around 2800, and then we ran towards the next resistance point while we are not seeing any correction at all, while people are getting interested in the markets right now, given the fact that Ethereum is doing so well. So yes, Ethereum is a beautiful investment for the long term. However, at this stage you would not be looking at an entry point at all, given the fact that we just seen a ton of green days after each other. We've seen it previously as well. And you can see that even after such a big run, we retest levels. So the chances of Ethereum going further from here towards the all-time highs could definitely be happening. However, as you can see in the previous structures, a retest of a support order block is happening quite often, through which a retest in this blue zone would be very healthy before we continue moving with the market. And that higher low, that is the point where you should become interested into altcoins at this stage, because that is most likely the trigger and the confirmation that the market has been bottomed out and we are still in the next phase of a bull cycle. So when you're going to look towards altcoins, you're going to see that many of them have been retracing fully of their previous move of the year. So for instance, Fetch is a beautiful example in which we've seen a slight run in December 2019, heavy corrective move, a nice bull cycle which was almost a 10x, full corrective move, another run, and now we are creating ourselves a higher low in which we can see that the critical level that we had to hold is the previous retest, and therefore we are starting up a new cycle with Fetch. What are the chances for Fetch to continue moving, and how far can we go? Well, actually quite high, given the fact that we're just making a new higher low here and somehow or somewhat a bull flag. But the critical level that we are holding with this one is based on the fact that we are holding this weekly block here. And it's not only Fetch that's showing it, many altcoins are showing it, and some have been retracing fully. But therefore, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to make that higher low and are going to bottom out, I expect that during the grind afterwards, altcoins will heavily outperform Bitcoin until Bitcoin gets towards the all-time high, and then it starts to accelerate and we'll see the Bitcoin values of altcoins drop significantly. So the first one that I'm definitely watching at this point is Fetch. Another one I'm looking at right now is Celer, who has seen a similar move as with Fetch, big move in the beginning of this year, since then a corrective move, which is coming back down to a very critical level, especially if we look at the daily. You can see that this retest zone is happening here, through which the chances of this one being bottomed out or finished its correction are significant. And therefore, it's very similar to Holo Token and Pundi X and all those coins. During the run up, everyone is very much interested in an altcoin. However, right now you might be getting those massive opportunities again, through which we could have another cycle of altcoins later this year. But if you want to make money out of that altcoin cycle, you have to get interested into those altcoins while nobody is, which is currently with Celer is the same. It's granting you a significant opportunity in which you're going to see that if you want to take an entry on an altcoin and you're going to do it here, the downside is so big while the upside is getting relatively limited in the short term. So right now, chances or buying in this region has lower downwards risk and significant upwards risk, given the fact that this corrective move is causing a compression and Bollinger Bands to be squeezed, through which a big impulse wave, just like the previous period, is very likely to be happening. So your risk is lower while your rewards are significantly higher. The final one that we are looking at right now is Swipe, which is still on the bottom. We were eager for a breakout here, however the Bitcoin correction obviously crashed the price of altcoins, including Swipe, through which we're stuck in a range, or the price is stuck in a range. If Swipe is going to make that breaker out of 6400, we are most likely seeking for a new higher high, and we're getting the chances of a new impulse wave to be happening here. So you've got two categories. One is the category of altcoins that have been doing really well and retraced fully, and there's a group of altcoins that didn't do anything at all, and they are still eager to start breaking out in a very fast manner if Bitcoin is going to make that higher low. So right now, you should be looking at which altcoins am I going to accumulate, where am I going to do that, how am I going to do that, and do that when Bitcoin and Ethereum make that healthy correction. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be back tomorrow with a fresh new market update. Enjoy your Sunday.